Well, hello, Thai friends. Good Thursday night to you. And as usual, as always, I should say, hope everybody's doing really good. I'm coming at you once again from the Backman Cave. A lot of activities going on up front, and last few days, I'm trying to do the videos a little earlier because I've been turning in a little earlier the last few days, which is bad out of my character. And it's thrown my whole existence out of balance. But I'm having to get up a little earlier for the last few days and through this week, so I need my beauty rest in order to maintain this boyish face and disposition. So decided to go ahead and do it again tonight back here, and I'm going to be smoking with y'all some black gold. It's a very dark Cavendish, and this was sent to me by Texas Cobb. And I'm going to be smoking in a little Savinelli. And I don't know the number shape of this one, or even know what shape this is. I guess this may be a tomato or a squat tomato or something shape. I don't know. There's so many. But this is not to be confused with my tinderbox that is very similar but different. Hadn't smoked this little Savinelli in a while. It's been probably 3 or 4 months since this thing's been smoked, so it's good and dried out. So let's get this black gold fired up. I smoked it a couple nights ago, and it's just a good smooth Cavendish blend. Kind of wind down the evening. It's not super sweet, but it is a good after dinner smoke. This truly seems to be a premium Cavendish. Oh, not a whole lot going on, just tired. Had a pretty busy day. We just as usual, just one of those chaotic days where seem to be mass confusion in everything you do, you know. But let's see, trying to get this thing. No wonder they always, at the end of my videos when they're downloaded, they say we detect that your video may be shaky. Do you want us to correct it? I wonder why. This is one of those pipes. If you don't pack it just right, it's it's a job to keep lit. I like the little pipe. Boy, the lake up there where our restaurant is high, man. It's the water, all this rain. We got about 4 inches this over the weekend and in the surrounding days, and it came on a rise. Very few entrances that you can even get in that lake. I haven't seen it this high in a long time. They opened up the floodgates. It's a huge lake. It's probably the third largest in Louisiana. I don't know how many thousands and thousands of acres it is. It's just huge. And Lake D'Arbonne in Union Parish. It was a man-made lake, opened in 1958 or 9, I think. Beautiful lake. Matter of fact, if you go back to one of my earlier videos, there's a little short clip of me in the boat and running, and that was filmed there on Lake D'Arbonne. Beautiful lake, but it's high. The water's high right now. It looked muddy today. It's not considered a clear lake, but it's not considered a stained lake either. And but you could tell by coming across it today that it was muddy looking. So the fishing is not good on it. I've been told. I want to try my best to go Sunday afternoon, maybe after church. I got to work the river market Saturday. If I didn't need the money so bad, I'd probably forego the river market and go fishing. But Lord knows, with everything coming up, I could use a couple extra bucks, so we're gonna go do the river market. But this is one week that it wouldn't have taken much for me to just said, nah, let's don't do it. I think I told y'all yesterday they want us to do barbecue, and so if we can get that off the ground, I'm excited about converting the trailer to barbecue. That's really what we bought it for. But there's usually, these festivals and things they want to protect, and that's good. They protect what you're doing, and so, but they did lose their barbecue vendor. But anyhow, I don't know also that my feeble mind fails me. I don't know if I mentioned that I talked to Pipe Pappy a couple of days ago. He called to tell me that a package I had sent him came in where we had done a trade. He's doing good, still loaded, got a lot going on. He's had the issues with his mom, so y'all keep him in your prayers. He and Miss Mary are very loaded right now and just got more on their plates than just about they can handle. So y'all, he'll be back at some point. Don't know when. He is loaded right now, and I'll let him tell y'all the story when he comes back. But y'all do remember him and Miss Mary's wife. Y'all remember both of them. Several of us were sitting around the gossip table today, and I don't ever get to eat lunch till about 1:30 or so, and there's always a little crowd that comes. There's 4 or 5 guys there, and of course my father-in-law came by today, and he joined us, and my brother and 2 or 3 that come by just sit around and shoot the breeze a little bit. And of course, I usually sit down and eat lunch with them about 1:30, quarter to 2, and once we get through the rush. And we got to talk about my mom smoked cigarettes, and I've been a smoker too. I'm just, as y'all have been following me, I'm just about quit it, but it's tough. My mom smoked probably 50 years and just recently quit. My dad is still a smoker at 77. He's probably a 2-pack-a-day smoker. Of course, at this point, why I quit, I wished he would, and he's going to probably have to do something different because of my mom. She's developed an allergy. She is truly, and she smoked, like I say, for 50 years up until about 8 months ago. She's 72. And she was one of those that didn't want she didn't like people condemning her for smoking. And just, she was she never was rude about it. In other words, she was always thought of others, and even in her own home would go outside and smoke if someone was around her that didn't. She was very, she was very thoughtful of others in it. But she also, on the same token, did not like for someone to anti-smoker to push that down her throat, down her throat. So, but she has truly developed an allergy to it. I don't smoke it around her. I don't get within 40 feet, 50 feet of her with a pipe, cigar, cigarette, anything, because she truly develops an allergy. She gets sick. She has to go to the doctor. I mean, it's her eyes water. She gets a cold. I'm not sure that she's not suffering from maybe the beginning stages of COPD. I don't know. We're worried about her, but my dad, he's not trying to be rude, but he's from the old school. He just, he'll get in my truck, and because he knows I smoke, and he'll fire up, But for a long time, up until just 7, 8 years ago, he would get in he was a Cooper Tire distributor and Kelly Springfield and couple of private labels that he had that they were wholesalers. He was a distributor for. He covered Louisiana, a few counties in Texas, dozen counties in Mississippi, and about half the state of Arkansas. And he had a couple of private label brands that were owned by some other conglomerates, but he was a distributor for Jetson Tire and Summit. And one of the reps would come by. They didn't smoke. The rep would come by and take us to lunch or to dinner. And Daddy'd get in the front seat with the rep. I'd get in the back seat. Daddy'd fire a cigarette up. And I'm like, don't do that, don't do that. And but he wasn't trying to be rude. But he came up in an era, in an age that people smoked, and it had been very hard for him to adapt. He's had to, laws has made it that way. And finally it began to click on him that this ain't cool, And but we're gonna have to talk to him about going outside, or maybe setting up a room in the house for him to smoke in or something. Problem is, he likes to sit in the living room and watch TV and smoke, but it's truly making my mom sick. But several of us were talking about it, and they're at the table today. And one guy said, we were talking about how hard it, and everybody at that table are former smokers. A couple of us still do. My brother never smoked. My father-in-law was a huge smoker, and he went to the cigars. He chewed tobacco later and dipped. And one of the guys there had just recently quit dipping, and they both said that was tougher than cigarettes, because apparently the nicotine goes into your system so fast, so rapidly, that they said that was way worse than giving up cigarettes. And I know how hard it has been for cigarettes. If I get this thing down to a good cigar and a pipe, man, I'm not sure any form of smoking is totally okay, but I will say that a cigar or a pipe are very, on a scale of 1 to 10 in safeness, cigarettes being a 10 in their being unsafe. A pipe or a cigar to me is a 1 or a 2 on the other end. I think they're very, very safe. As safe as anything like that can be. I'm truly not worried about that, and I never intend to give up a cigar or pipes. I have no absolute intention. I enjoy it too much. But now cigarettes, they have to go. There's some chemicals and additives in that are just horrible. And I don't begrudge anybody's right to smoke them. I love them. I absolutely enjoy them. But they're killing me, they're just, I had to. I finally got to the point where I had to. Not that I want to, because I truly enjoy it. There's nothing better than a cup of coffee and a cigarette in the morning. Pipes and cigars are great, but I'm telling you, when it gets right down to it, I've been smoking probably 30 years, and it's tough. But I did quit one time, once before. Actually went through a hypnosis. Now, it wasn't just, okay, you don't want a cigarette, but he said some things in there, no, you wouldn't hypnotize, where if he said, take off all your clothes and run around naked, you wasn't going to do that, or give me your billfold, you wasn't going to do that. But one thing he said is, when you get back to your vehicle, it's going to smell offensive to you. You were sort of hypnotized. And sure enough, when I got back to my truck, it just, the odor, the ashtray was, oh. Well, I quit, and it was easier, but the hypnosis helped it. It was still hard, but I quit for a year. And I went to Longview, Texas one day, which is 3 hours from here, working for my dad in the tire deal, and I had a tire route I run that was part of my territory. Went to Longview, seen a couple of accounts, was on my way back, wanted a cigarette so bad. I stopped in Shreveport, gassed up. I said, I'm going to buy one pack. I'm going to take a cigarette out of it. I'm going to throw the entire pack away. And I did. I took one cigarette out. I was in Shreveport. I stopped by the garbage can at the gas pump, threw the entire pack away, minus one, fired it up, smoked it. By the time I got 50 miles down the road to a little town of Ruston, which is 35 miles from where I live, I stopped and bought another pack. I've been smoking ever since. I can't smoke one like that. If I smoke one, I'm back off to the races. Now, my brother that lives in Jackson, Mississippi, he can come visit me and he'll bum a pack off of me during the course of a weekend. One and two, one here, one there, and he'll smoke with me. But when he goes home, he don't. When he leaves, it's over. I can't do that. I either got to do it or don't. And and I think I'm to the point where you just got to give him up. I've worked it down to 3 a day, and I'm about ready to just go ahead and give it up. So anyway, over a little on our time. Just to finish this up, get this downloaded, watch a couple of bids, and hit the hay, and we'll catch y'all. Remember, tomorrow is Free Hand Friday, so we'll see y'all tomorrow. Take care, have a good one, and God bless.